assault on your Second Amendment freedoms has come to a crashing end. I like taking the guns early. Take the guns first, go through due process second.
Well, I said, go fuck yourself. Then I took well, could I kill a man? I would enjoy myself. You can't disguise evil eyes that burn a hole in my head. This devil man and his master plan. We feel so misled, so I say, rise up, take it all back. Rise up, take it all back. Rise up. Hope you all understand. We got to take it all back again.
These people are not going to take it any longer. We will never give up. We will never concede. Our country has had enough. We will not take it anymore. But you have to go home now. We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special. But go home and go home in peace. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. You do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
Yeah, I know the sound. I got it. Thank you. That should have fixed the sound. What's up, everybody? Oh, my technical motherfuckers. How you doing? Oh, what a weekend and what a day. Well, the weekend was something else. If you all missed it, we had a gun chat on Sunday on Poisonstinger 2. We're going to be doing that again next Sunday at 7 o'clock my time. That's 8 Central. That's 9 Eastern. But we're gonna do it on the Green Dragon, I think, next week. I think it's better there anyway. And I didn't want to put it on Poison Stinger 1 because I'm already in trouble with YouTube, and I don't want to get in any more trouble because one more in trouble and I'm gone. So we're trying to avoid that. If it happens, it happens. It's going to be an echo now, Riddle. The echo should have been fixed pretty quickly, actually. It was just for a little bit. Just a little bit. So if I want the echo to show up, all I have to do is this. Although my keys are not working for some strange reason. Great. Hold on a second. All right, there's the echo right there. But for some reason, I can't switch my... I don't understand why my Stream Deck works sometimes and not others, Real. So you know. Sorry you missed it. That's all right. That's all right. There'll be another one. Just so you know, it'll be on the Green Dragon Tavern chats. It'll be on Sunday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 Central, 9 Eastern, and I believe 6 Pacific. So that was a fun time-ish. We're setting up this whole thing in Texas, but we're also talking about, you know, firearms and what's new and what we've been into and the lack of ammunition. And hey, did you know about this force reset trigger that can really spend a lot of your ammunition all at one time? It's a hell of a lot of fun at $1 a round. Well, that was, and yeah, I'm in line for that. I'm in line for at least 2 of those. Riddle Girl, do you still hear an echo or is that fixed?
It just sounds like you're in a can now. Maybe it's just the room.
Interesting. I don't know. Wow, I have no idea. What if I come in real close like this? Hey baby, how y'all doing? I got sick at the 2A rally. Too much sun. Oh yeah. How did that go? How was the 2A rally? Tell me all about it, Broken Patriot. I want to know. I didn't go. Was it a whole bunch of, we're going to take our country back? Was there a lot of Trump merch? How much Trump merch was there? I bet there was a lot. Every time I go there, and the last time I went, I was like, there better not be. There better not be. Sure enough, Trump merch everywhere. Absolute everywhere. He put up videos. I haven't watched his videos. I'm sorry I didn't watch your videos. I'll have to go watch some of it. How long are your videos? Shit. We'll go check those out. I don't know if you're putting them up at 3 a.m. or whatever, but I don't seem to get your videos. And my email alerts, click all the alerts. I get so much email, mostly spam, that gets lost too most of the time. Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. All right, lots of little videos. Hearts. All right, let's watch some of this. 26 minutes.
Move on up. We'll get this going here.
Oh, look at all the people.
We're at the 2021 Second Amendment Rally, Phoenix, Arizona.
Thank you all for coming. My name is Tim Rafferty, and on behalf of Riders USA Board of Directors, officers, and our entire membership, we want to express our sincere gratitude for you joining in this year's Celebrate and Protect the Second Amendment here at the beautiful Arizona State Capitol.
Tons of merch.
I would like to start the celebration off introducing you to a good friend of mine for about the past 20 years.
You know,
he doesn't prepare speeches, but he speaks from the heart, and he has a passion for our country.
All right, we're not going to watch all that, but I am interested in it. I will watch it on my own time. One thing I did want to touch on, let me know how the audio is sounding now. One thing I want to touch on is there was a guy who came into our chat, and I don't think he stuck around. He was a new guy. Oh man, did I delete that page? Please tell me I didn't delete that page. This is why I have a billion tabs open, by the way. It's how I remember. Okay, there was a Patriot Bible person as well, right? You remember I think it was on Friday. No, it was Saturday. It was Saturday. It was on the Patriot Bible chat. We're doing the Patriot Bible chat, and a guy comes in and talks about this other guy as well. It's like, hey, dude, you should totally check this guy out. He's a patriot, and he's Christian, and he's great, and it's amazing, right? Usually, that's definitely a faux pas. You should never come in, just so y'all know, don't ever go into somebody else's stream and start promoting somebody else in their stream. That's not cool. The audio is okay now. Okay, great. It's not cool. You're in somebody else's stream. You're in that stream promoting some other streamer that it's just not cool. It's not cool, bro. Especially on Twitch, and it shouldn't be cool on YouTube either. Anyway, I go check this guy out, and I actually watch a good amount of it. And it was the first video. First of all, he's only got a few videos from this year. Other videos were a long time ago. Probably have deleted a few videos in between. He's got quite a few subscribers. I don't remember how many. More than me, and probably more than 100,000. I'm pretty sure more than 100,000. And the first video I watched was basically the oldest of the newest stuff, right? So it's like a month old. It's a month old. It's not that long. It's a month old. But it was the first video that really looked like it took off. And I'm like, all right, I'll watch this one. What's this one all about? And yeah, he's got a website, right? He's got merch. He's got all the different ways that you can help him. Patreon, Subscribestar, all these things, right? Just come on out, and he's got his own website because YouTube's going to take him down, which is a great idea, by the way, Riddle Girl. We really should think about looking into that again. We used to have a website for a long time. We were live streaming Big Brother behind the screens to that website before YouTube. You could even stream to YouTube. There was no streaming to YouTube. In fact, I believe that was before Twitch even. We were live streaming. So it's a thought that I might start live streaming again to my own website. Anyway, I'm going on to this. 1 month ago, it was January 20th-ish, right? January 20th, late January. This fool is preaching about how Trump is going to get into office and kick Joe Biden and Kamala Harris out. How we just got to pray about it. You got to send me money. I was like, I'm done. I'm out. If this is the people that we are talking about being patriots and Christians, this is not I'm not going to judge them. I would seriously, though, be careful. You will know them by their labors or fruits, right? You will know them by their fruits. Be careful who you donate money to, and I say that knowing that a lot of people donate money to me. If you want to, that's great. It's definitely not it's not required. It's very well thankful. I'm very thankful for that. But this is not my job. This is not what I'm doing for a living. So, and if it was Christian wise, I don't know, man. I thought about that, to be honest. So I want to talk a little bit before we get going, just because today's been a little bit rough. Yesterday was a little bit rough too. Mentally, I struggle in life a lot with stuff, as we probably all do. A lot of people keep that shit inside and stuff, and I do too. But if you're going through a hard time, you know or you've gone through a hard time mentally, you know what it's all about, right? You get in that dark place. It's not horribly dark. It's just this last few days has been a lot. I mean, I've been pushing myself quite a bit in order to do this. Also spend time with the wife. Also try to get into exercise, which is actually going pretty well. The exercise, we're doing a lot of walking. My heel hurt today. We walked, I don't even know how far. How far did we walk, little girl?
Let me look.
Yeah. I'm curious on that because we walked pretty far today. We walked all the way from 19th Avenue to 7th Avenue down Osborne. No, was it Osborne? No, it wasn't down Osborne, was it? I don't remember. And then back. It was a long way. And I felt good. I was like, yeah, I could keep on going. But we walked for over an hour easy, right? And I could have definitely kept on going. But then we get home and I'm sitting around not doing anything for a little bit because, we're done doing that. And then I get up and my heel hurts. I was like, damn, that really sucks. Anyway, this morning, Real Girl woke me up with a little Bible passage, which was really nice too. I appreciated that. I don't know. Just been in a real funky mood. Kind of remembering maybe why I didn't continue doing YouTube for a while, and then questioning why I'm doing the evening catch-up. And I figured it out. I figured out why I do the evening catch-up. By the way, I'm wearing my Sega 12 shirt. This thing wouldn't fit me for a very long time. Now it's a little bit loose. Not too bad, though. The reason I do the evening catch-up, it started off because a lot of you know 4.7 miles or 4.07 miles. Damn. It didn't seem like it was that far. Or is that everything? Well, you haven't really done that much walking yet since then either. So the evening catch-up started out because me and my good friend Irish USMC Vet was doing the morning muster on his channel, and I really enjoyed it. Before we were doing the morning muster, I wasn't doing a darn thing. I had gotten the computer. I didn't have a lot of the stuff I have now. Obviously, if you've watched the evening catch-up for a while, you know that it's improved here and there, thanks to a lot of you guys. But when I first started it, it wasn't much. It was just the one webcam and a little bit of OBS that and I've struggled through the whole damn thing. It's been interesting, but before the morning muster, I wasn't doing a damn thing. Not on YouTube anyway. So any free time I had was just sticking around. And it was nice. It had been a while since I'd gotten a hold of friends on YouTube, and Irish had, we'd all gone our own ways. That's the whole thing that happened with the Green Dragon, right? We do the Green Dragon every single night, it seems like, for quite a while. Always somebody else opening it up. It wasn't just me. In fact, most of the time it wasn't me. And it was great because, you get great camaraderie, great friends. I turned this on and I absolutely love to see Broken Patriots here. Mr. Tommy Boy 9 was here earlier and stuff like that. So it's really cool. We got Gerald B in the house, like always. Even OMG, even though he frustrates the shit out of me sometimes. It's really cool to see you guys. And that's what I really loved back in the day on the Dragon. And we all went our separate ways. And then the morning muster started. I forget exactly why, but he had asked me to be part of that. And I was like, all right, cool. I'll do that. And then he couldn't do that anymore. Started missing a few weeks here and there. And it's like, oh, sucks. Because I was having a good time. I was having a good time, man. Yeah, it took away from my morning stuff, but I got to hang out with a good friend and it was a lot of fun. And it gets you out of a dark place. Like when you're in a dark place, the best thing for that, for me, is talking with friends. And when they're not around, that kind of blows. But I continue to do this, and there's been quite a few times that and you've been here, the loyal viewers. You know, I've debated on continuing or not, and I keep on continuing. And there was the one time when I only was supposed to do only one a week. I did 2 a week during those weeks, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it. I wanted to do it more. We'll do the morning muster as soon as I get good in it. March, I have appointment for the modem installed. Yeah. What's up, Eric? How you doing? I'm just using that as an example, right? And I mean, you got shit going on, and you want to do a podcast with your wife, so I'm sure dude. My schedule is pretty filled with just what I do online, you know, and it's not even that much, not really, but it's more than I'm used to with this. Anyway, as I was saying, a dark place for me, the best cure for that is speaking with friends. And when the morning muster ended temporarily, I was like, oh shit, you know, I'm gonna continue doing my own thing on my thing, and we'll see what goes on, and it's become whatever it is. And I'm glad I did it, and I am going to continue doing it. Even though sometimes it pisses me off, like, would like to spend time with the wife, but at the same time, I want to spend time with you guys. So I am not bitching about the evening catch up. I'm just letting you know, these are the thoughts that have gone through my head today. And I have come to the realization that I do this because I get to hang out with all you, and we get to learn about what's going on in the world today. And you get to share with me stuff in the news that you know about, and maybe I share stuff with you. And other than that, we're just hanging out. So let's hang out. I need something to do. Well, I don't know if I've told you guys before, but I have PAH. PAH is pulmonary hypertension. The A is idiopathic, meaning they don't know what caused it. Hypertension, y'all know. I know all you meat eaters know what hypertension is. That's high blood pressure. Pulmonary hypertension, though, is high blood pressure of your right side of your heart, not the left. The left you treat with a pill and you're fine. The right side of the heart is caused by a lung problem that has a pressure in your lungs. There are ways of getting pulmonary hypertension that they can cure. Oh, you got a blood clot. Let me remove that blood clot. Oh, your PAH is all gone. Sweet. That was fun. You know. But when you have idiopathic, which means they don't know what it is, there is no cure. It is how I will die unless I get into a car accident or whatever. You know, get the sniffles. It didn't end. Damn it. I said it didn't end. I said temporarily. It's been delayed. Hiatus. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. So I had that, and that was, I want to say, more than a year ago now. Oh, I know it's more than a year. How long was that ago? That was a while ago. That was probably almost 2 years ago now. Little girl. I think that was in the beginning of a year, and it wasn't the beginning of last year. It was like, yeah. So it's about almost 2 years that I've known about this. And about a year and a half, maybe. If they caught it early, and so with medication, it'll prolong it. How long? I don't know. What's up, Tai Tai? How you doing, Tai Tai? So it gets in my head. And with that, there are things that I can't do. I'm not supposed to lift a certain amount of weight, which really sucks because I want to get strong. Right? I don't know. I might just say fuck y'all and just do it anyway. But I could pass out. The doctor says that I'm doing really good on the medication. I've had it checked out a few times, and she says I barely have it. but I've also been told there's no cure for it. However, I did find out what that heart condition that Viagra was originally made for. Yeah, pulmonary hypertension, apparently. So there is side effects to the medication that is fun and annoying, like seriously annoying. I know you all think it's like, oh yeah, your wife must love that. No. It's annoying, bro. You know the commercial, like, do you ever laugh in inappropriate situations, like at a funeral? How about, do you ever get a boner in inappropriate situations, like a funeral, or like anytime, anywhere, for any reason? It's or no reason. Like, seriously, I have to wear layers, to make sure that shit's tamped down. All right, so nobody's talking about this. So I'm just spilling my shit out. Let's get back into what's going on. Oh, in fact, let's go ahead and start recording it. Maybe I can just delete later on. Doesn't you weight loss help you out? Yeah, it does. It does. It's why I decided to get it, Gerald B. That's why I decided. That was the reason I decided to get the weight loss surgery. And I'm glad I did. It'll help. I don't know. The first doctor that I'd talked to about it, he was the first doctor. And he said that that he knew of one person that got off the medication and was no longer had it. And it's like he did everything he was supposed to do. And that's what drove me to get the surgery. That's what drove me to get healthier. That's what drove me to do everything that I'm doing right now. But at the same time, he's the only one that's ever said anything like that. Nobody else has said anything like that. So I don't think that either that guy had it or maybe the doctor was mistaken, most likely. So it is what it is. Every once in a while, I deal with it okay. But every once in a while, it eats at me. So just so you all know, if I hadn't caught it, at all, I would have been dead in 5 years. With the medication, my doctor has told me, and I don't know how true this is, but my doctor has told me with the medication and what I'm doing and with the exercise and with the losing the weight and all that, 10 to 20 years. 10 to 20. If I get 20 years, that would put me at 66, which is okay. I'd be all right with that. My dad died at 66 or 67. Is what it is, bruh. Is what it is. If the wind blows, bro. Dude, I swear to God. A boner would be nice. All my heart meds make that impossible. Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. You know how most people just take one pill when they want one? I have to take 2 a night. Whether I want to or not. So it's like all day, every day. Sounds funny, but you can't sit around and screw all day long. Yeah. Now, Riddle, that's my wife says, but it's fun. Yeah. I was given 5 years to live about 8 years ago, says Broken Patriot. Yeah. You've had it rough too, man. It's funny because I went into the doctor because I had a chest feeling. It wasn't a pain. I knew it wasn't a heart attack because it wasn't shooting down the left arm, but it was a really, really strange, bizarre feeling. And I didn't know what the hell was going on. And my anxiety was like through the roof. Right. So I actually decided to go to the doctor about it. Not at the moment. No. I ain't going to go while I'm having it. Okay. Because that could just be bad. I'm going to wait for it to pass. Because first of all, I didn't want to go to the ER. Didn't want any of that. And I'd gotten it checked out, and the doctor, the one who said that he'd seen one person get off of that, they did all the tests, right? Stress tests and all these other different tests. And I was like, so what is it? Do I have a a blocked artery, or, you know, do you have to go in there and give me a bypass? You know, what is it? Some sort of bypass, you know, for the heart. Basically what Broken Patriots had, right? It's like, because I don't really want to do that, you know. And he's like, oh, that would have been great. That would have been easy. If it had been that, you would have been fine. No, you have this other thing that's not curable and you're going to die from. Sorry. I mean, he said it better than that, but you know what I mean. Okay. Thank you very much for listening to me go on about my shit. Trump ready to be Republicans' 2022 kingmaker to the establishment's chagrin. Taking another page out of the playbook of his predecessor, Barack Obama, former President Donald Trump plans to use his new office in sort of a kingmaker capacity, interviewing and screening candidates to assume. I didn't have one of those that whole time I'm talking. And then I start reading. Oh, okay. Interviewing and screening candidates to assume the MAGA mantle. According to Politico, Trump has become unreachable to all but his innermost circle in the month since he has peacefully handed over power to President Joe Biden, after having exhausted all possible legal and political remedies for the widespread voting DARPing that occurred during last year's election. So, look that up. Let's check this out. He has become unreachable to all but his innermost circle. So all the people that he surrounded himself with when he was president, he doesn't talk to now. Why do you think that is? You trust the wrong people, bro. The wrong people. I have to go back to the hospital on March 11th, getting a new loop recorder. Oof. Even those little things, man, it's always nerve-wracking, isn't it? Just, you gotta go get your blood drawn. No, I guess not blood drawn. Any kind of thing for me just drives my anxiety way up. I hate going to the doctor. I absolutely hate it. And I didn't want a number. I didn't want that number, bro. I didn't want that number. But I'm looking forward to Texas, I think. I was questioning that earlier today. But I've decided I am still looking forward to Texas. But that may soon change, with the former president set to begin interviewing aspiring MAGA supporting candidates as early as March. Okay, that's a short hiatus, all right. We are in the process of putting together a more formal schedule for candidates who want to come get his endorsement, said the Trump advisor Jason Miller. According to the recent Politico article, attention on Trump's plans to vet candidates came after news broke that he had rejected a meeting request with his former United Nations ambassador, Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, I thought she was decent. Haley, who may be planning a 2024 GOP primary run, duplicitously claimed recently that her ex-boss had let the GOP down. Okay. Well, that might be why. Or Trump has reportedly met with former campaign manager Brad Parscale about beginning a new online fundraising push. Here's the thing. Trump is a yes man. He likes to hear good things, and that is his undoing. He's 70-something years old. I doubt he's going to learn anything new that he hasn't already had the chance to learn many times over. So he's going to not promote people that screw him over, that he thinks screws them over. But Nikki Haley saying that he let the GOP down, that's not screwing you over. That's making a comment. Are you all right, Riddle?
Yeah, sneezing.
Yeah. You need a tissue. Can't have coffee for 24 hours. Oh, bro. That's messed up. I know it's nearly a showstopper for you. No coffee. Yeah, they had to put me under. That's the scary part. Yes, getting put under is scary. How about when you have to do a procedure and they can't put you under for it, and you have to be awake during it? That's one that I get with my heart problem. I have to be awake for it. So they numb the area, right? And they put me in this like daze. It's kind of like getting stoned and drunk at the same time, but I'm still conscious and I still can feel things going through my arteries and veins. That's fun. Now that Trump has survived his second Senate impeachment trial, he has shifted his focus to a post-presidential activism, a venture most bankrolled by his new leadership PAC, Save America, which had $31 million in its coffers at the start of this month, Politico reported. He also was said to have met with a longtime congressional ally, House Minority Whip Steve Scalise. Following Trump's high-profile spat with Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, battle lines were quickly being drawn for control of the GOP. Some see the likelihood of a third-party split, which could potentially leave the centrist Republican Party as the weakest of all three major contenders. Senator Graham was also expected to meet soon with Trump, although largely regarded as one of Trump's top Senate allies. Graham has frequently straddled the center line and maintained a foothold in the corrupt D.C. establishment. Don't you dare think that he's actually against the Democrats. He plays ball with both of them. McCain's best friend. Don't you forget it. Graham has recently played a role in intermediary between McConnell loyalists and the Trump faction as he tries to preserve the party's political viability amid unprecedented power grabs from the radical left. I am more worried about 2022 than I've ever been, he said to Fox. I don't want to eat our own. Well, you got, yeah. Republican Party. What is it? Do we know? But others maintain that the internal GOP wranglings are largely media-driven and overwrought. Case in point, Trump planned on Saturday to host a Mar-a-Lago fundraising dinner for Senator Mike Lee from Utah, who has never been shy about breaking rank with his libertarian leanings conflict with the Trump agenda. Oh, look at that. Hold up. Oh, I love that quote. Also expected in attendance was two of the biggest rising MAGA stars in the House, GOP Representatives Matt Gaetz and Lauren Boebert of Colorado, while Trump's 2016 victory likewise led pundits to declare that Democrats were politically dead in the water. No such demands ever materialized, that their de facto party leader at the time should step aside in the interest of preserving party unity. In fact, mainstream media outlets fawned repeatedly over the fact that Obama, in his post-presidency, had opened up an office in Washington, D.C.'s West End, only a mile from the White House, leasing space in a building occupied by the World Wildlife Fund, hey, the WWF. There, according to some, like the Washington Post, he managed to become invisible, while others noted during the Democratic primaries that a steady stream of hopefuls quietly made the pilgrimage to seek his endorsement. Although many of the candidates Obama endorsed wound up performing poorly in either the primary or the general election, there seems to be little doubt that he still exerts a significant role in the behind-the-scenes play calling for the current puppet government. For his part, Obama discouraged Biden from running, reportedly telling him, "You don't have to do this, Joe," and later venting to insiders, "Don't underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up." But Obama is believed to have resigned himself to the Biden presidency shortly before Super Tuesday, when the race narrowed to Biden and left-wing extremist Bernie Sanders. All right, that's all I'm going to read on that. We got a few stories to get to, and I spent a lot of time just yapping with you guys. GOP, get off my lawn party. Just a bunch of old fuddy-duddies. Well, yeah, pretty much. They like the status quo. They don't want nothing to change. You think like most influential Republicans the people that are bigger than you and me want to see actual change and make America great again. The only reason they liked that was because he was helping out large businesses and cutting down the taxes. So they were halfway okay with that. But they didn't really like that he was going after China. He sure didn't like it that he was closing up the southern border, right? These people, they have a vested interest to keep this going the same way it's been going, as long as it's been going this way. House Dems all support a reform bill that darfs elections for them. After regaining power in 2019, among the first symbolic gestures of the radical leftist faction led by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi was to draft H.R. 1, the original For the People Act. It was to emphasize promoting that may consider to be outlandish changes to election laws. But that widely planned effort could soon become a reality with Democrats who now control much of the federal government, prioritizing the effort to consolidate their power and establish permanent majorities. The shocking, audacious series of so-called reforms outlines plans for widespread online, automatic, and day-of voting registration, all of which would make screening and verification of voter eligibility much more difficult. It would also codify the controversial efforts to increase mail-in voting that were begun last year under auspices of the sniffles. Although inexplicably they were being pushed by the left well before the public health threat. The resolution further raises the possibility of federal bans on states' voter ID requirements. So, you'll still have to show ID in order to use your credit card. You'll still have to show your ID to buy a firearm under the Second Amendment. You'll still have to show your ID to buy some liquor. But you won't have to do that to vote, because that is a constitutional right, and you shouldn't have to provide ID for your constitutional right. That's what they say. That's what they say. But they still want you to do it for the second. Eliminate the need to provide a complete Social Security number when registering. Oh, that's nice. Restore voting rights for all convicted felons. Advance statehood for Washington, D.C. I'm surprised they're not trying to get the other ages in there. Lower the voting age to 16. If they're going to lower it to 16, then we need to drop the enlistment age. We need to drop the liquor age. We need to drop the cigarette age. We need to drop all these ages. If you have to show ID to buy spray paint. Yep, pretty much. Although the effect would be introduced massive new potential for corruption, the Democrats' official talking points claim the bill was intended to clean up the corruption in politics. So I'm sure it will. Underscoring the lopsided partisan nature of the legislation, every House Democrat has signed on to co-sponsor it. Every one of them. Posted John Sarbanes. House Democrats are united in our steadfast commitment to advance transformative anti-corruption and clean election reforms by swiftly passing H.R. 1. Our historic reform effort will end decades of dysfunction in Washington, return power to the people, and build a more just, equitable, and prosperous country for all Americans, he said. The radical left, as it grows increasingly Orwellian, has frequently appropriated words like anti-corruption and equitable to reflect the opposite of their intended denotation. Even though some of the proposals might, on paper, appear to be in the best interest of safeguarding elections, the bill's clarity corrupt intentions cast further aspirations on proposals such as its campaign finance reforms, which would claim to shed light on the dark money donations that have overtaken the political climate. Democrats who long criticized dark money and demanded an end to it have become the largest beneficiaries of it in recent cycles. That often includes finding ways to circumvent the existing transparency laws that by breaking large donations into smaller ones through aggregators like Act Blue. You know, the one that that one coffee company did. Some major Democratic donors also skirted the laws by publicly contributing to indirect efforts to elect their chosen candidates, such as the millions given by Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg to pay the salaries of poll workers in Democrat-heavy districts and to establish dubiously legal ballot drop-off repositories. But donor transparency may be even more alarming in light of the shocking efforts recently to cancel conservative donors through blacklists, boycotts, activist pressure campaigns, and even threats of violence, none of which the Democrat-backed laws are likely to address. This afternoon, we had a big white owl sitting on the top of the broken tree in our yard. That must have been amazing. Dude, Gerald B., that's cool. Did you get a picture of it? Please tell me you got a picture of it. You also have to show it by whiteout, Sudafed, and many other things like CO2 cartridges. That's cool. I'm surprised it was out during the day. Well, we have seen it a few times in the late afternoon. I think he was hunting the mice and red squirrels we have in the yard. Dude, get a photo of that. I want to see it. Your stimulus check. The House committee passes Biden's $1.9 trillion sniffle relief bill. Yay. The House Representatives Budget Committee Monday approved a bill with $1.9 trillion in sniffle relief, advancing a top priority of President Joe Biden's towards a full House vote on passage expected later this week. This is the first major vote for the 591-page package as Democrats continue to debate issues such as raising minimum wage and how much aid to funnel to struggling state and local governments. The measure passed the panel on a largely party line vote of 19 to 16. Democrats hold a thin 10-vote House majority, which leaves little room for defections in the face of solid Republican opposition to the legislation. They have none in the 50-50 Senate, where the party's control lies with Vice President Kamala Harris' tie-breaking vote. What you may want to file your taxes immediately. Why you might want to file your taxes immediately. Okay. Nancy Pelosi has said that she is aiming for a vote on passing the bill by the end of the week. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer Monday maintained the chamber will pass the bill and send the legislation on to Biden for signing before March 14th, when the latest round of federal unemployment benefits expire. We must act swiftly to put up an end to this pandemic and stem the suffering felt by so many millions of people. Democrats across the party have shown little indication they're willing to break with the president's plan. You think very seriously before casting a deciding vote against your own party's president's legislation and agenda, said Ian Russell, a longtime Democratic consultant. But he cautioned that lawmakers must decide for themselves how their voting is going to play out at home. Well, that's hilarious. You better vote the way your president wants you to vote, but you should vote how you want to vote because, you know, you're going to have to get elected at home. What's this? Is anything I need to know about? No. The issue provoked the deepest divisions is a drive largely by progressives to boost federal minimum wage.
To see what parts
Let's
of
see.
the president's COVID relief package.
Yeah. You're going to say all the bad words. It was the number one priority for progressives. Chairwoman. Yeah. Okay, wait a minute. Some parents could soon receive monthly checks under a proposed child tax credit. Monthly checks. The Senate parliamentary is expected to rule soon on whether the minimum wage provision must be tossed from the bill. Under the expedited procedures Democrats are using, items can't be included that aren't principally budget related, and it's unclear if Democrats would have the votes to overturn such a decision. Senate Budget Committee Chairman Bernie Sanders, his chamber's chief minimum wage sponsor, said Democrats must act boldly and approve a package with the minimum wage increase. He answered indirectly when asked if he'd be willing to compromise to keep the plan in the overall bill. Every Democrat understands that at this moment in history, this is an unprecedented moment of pain and suffering for working families. It's absolutely imperative that we support our president, and we do what we can for the American people, and they want us to pass this package, he said in an interview. There you go. This is a very long story. I'm not reading any more of that, but get ready for your stimulus. Yay, stimulus. Wife has a picture of it. Yes. Owl legs. Who knew? Well, we have seen it a few times in the late afternoon. Okay, wife has pictures of it. Dude, are you on my Discord? If not, check it out and send me a picture of that. I want to see it. I have a pic of a white raccoon on my Facebook. That's kind of cool. Good evening. What's up, Walter Davis? How are you doing today? Better vote how Harris wants you to vote. If you're a Democrat, she's scary. And Biden just had a silver alert sent out on him. Did he? You got a link, Walter? I didn't hear anything about that today. Wife said she would load the pic into her Facebook tomorrow morning. I don't do Facebook. That brought him some school better pics, told me. Okay. Big words. I hate big words, bro. You need to friend me on Facebook, Gerald. The Riddle Girl Facebooks. Yeah. Democrat sniffle bill includes $112 million for California's big tech subway. Boondoggle? Boondoggle? Yeah, boondoggle. That's the word. I've heard that used before in a sentence. The House Democrats' $1.9 trillion special interest bailout bill, which masquerades as a sniffle relief, allocates $112 million to Silicon Valley Underground Rail Project. The House Transportation Committee tucked the GAFT for California into an obscure section that funds all projects under Section 3005B, the Public Law 114/94, that received allocations for fiscal year 2019 and 2020, except projects open for revenue service. Although the section's vague language hides its true intent from the average citizen, Fox Business discovered that one project fits the description: the Bay Area Rapid Transit Phase 2 expansion. As with most government-funded projects, bureaucrats have been throwing money at the project plans for years without moving a shovelful of dirt. Phase 2 of BART would involve digging a 5-mile-long, 4-lane freeway-wide rail line 100 feet below the streets of San Jose, California. Silicon Valley officials who oppose the projects argue that it's already siphoned too much local sales tax revenue as cost estimates soar above their initial figures. The initial estimate in 2018 forecast the project's cost at $4.69 billion, but the latest estimate stands at $6.9 billion. At least it's not double. BART sucks all the air out of the room for 10 years, said the mayor, Mr. Miller, arguing that the government will be left without funding for other functions, such as building and repairing roads. The spokesperson for the Republican, just print it. Just ask the government to print you more. Shit. That's what we do nowadays. We don't have any value. We don't actually put out a product. We ship everything over to China or India, and then we just print our money. Why you pay tax? Why are we paying taxes? You could just print that money. The spokesman for the Republicans on the Senate Banking Committee, which oversees transit projects, said the money should not be allocated in a so-called sniffle relief bill. It doesn't help one person get the shot or boost testing capabilities. This is just further proof that congressional Democrats view the reconciliation process as a means to push through their wish list, which includes forcing taxpayers to pay even more for an over-budget and delayed construction project in one of the wealthiest regions of the country, he said. Interesting. What's up, Walter? Hey, Riddle. What's up? What's up, bro? What's up? Well, Riddle, we'll have the wife friend you on Facebook. I stopped using mine in September 11th when they said the Twin Towers might be disinfo. I've been using it on and off here and there. I still have the Messenger app, but I don't really get on Facebook and do anything with it anymore. I've been thinking about it for the other channel, but I'd have to do that. That would suck. Don't have earthquakes there. They might want to rethink that. Don't they have yeah, I know, right? Well, hopefully, with all that money, the UN to rich nations, don't order more shots for yourself. I'm not going to read this whole thing, I don't think. But the World Health Organization pleaded with rich countries, pleaded with them. Check before ordering additional sniffle shots for yourselves, whether that undermines efforts to get shots to the poorer nations. Wealthy nations have snapped up several billion shot doses, while some countries in the developing world have little or none. European nations have given financial support to the UN-backed sniffle effort to get shots to the world's most vulnerable people and are considering sharing some of their own doses, though they haven't specified when. On Friday, leaders of the group of 7 industrial powers said they would accelerate global shot development and deployment and support affordable and equitable access to shots and treatment for sniffles. They cited a collected $7.5 billion from the G7 to UN-backed efforts. Wow. That would just be wrong. Be wrong. I mean, if they want them, they can have mine. How's that? You can have my shot. I will give you my shot. I won't give it to you. Somebody else will. If you want it. I personally would suggest that maybe you don't, but you do what you do. Biden uses the N-word during the speech. What? Are you saying he's using it here? Watch Biden accidentally utters the N-word during the speech, even closed captioning picks it up. Oh, he's trying to say I'm eager. Okay. Well, I ain't playing that. I ain't playing that at all. There ain't no way I'm playing that. During a speech on the virtual Munich Security Conference, President Joe Biden suffered his worst gaffe to date when he accidentally said the N-word. The slip-up was so bad that even the closed captioning picked it up. I'm here. I'm either to hear. I'm either to hear. I'm eager to hear. Okay. He can't even get out I'm eager to hear. Because he's saying I'm either to hear. I'm eager to hear. Pause. N-word to hear. Next from my good friends and outstanding leaders, Sanister. Well, I guess they stopped giving him the medications, huh? Now that he got past the debates. The gaffe was so bad, they even closed caption picked it up. Okay, hold on. I'm going to mute this, and I'm going to listen to it. I'm going to listen to it. That was very short. Hold on. It's not that bad. Not that bad. Okay. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. All right. My shot went on the floor. The nurse set the needle down, looked away, and I squirted it on the floor and stuck it in my arm and said, I did it myself. You took too long. Okay, so you went to get it? Or were you in a job that says that you're required to get it? Back to Sleepy Joe mode? Yeah, I'm in a fantasy. Yeah. Look at Haiti. They didn't want any Monsanto seeds. They burned them. They rather eat mud cookies than the GMO seeds. Yeah. What are they? Are they saying no thank you to the shots? I hope so. All right. Well, that was a funny gaffe, but it's not that bad. You can obviously tell it was a gaffe. He didn't mean to. Florida versus California lockdown showdown. One's locked down, one's not. Pretty much. In total, California experiences more than 100,000 people, while in Florida has more deaths per 100,000 people. During the summer of 2020, cases and deaths spiked higher in Florida, but the course switched from November through January as cases and deaths peaked in California. So California is yellow and Florida is blue. So technically, California is doing worse right now, but apparently Florida did worse before. One reason Florida has more deaths, but not cases, is that the elderly, those that are more vulnerable to the sniffles, account for a larger portion of Florida's population. In fact, Florida has the second largest 65 plus population at about 16.5%, but ranks 27th for deaths in the U.S. All right. I mean, they locked all of California down, but yeah, Florida's pretty much open. Go have fun in California or in Florida. Supreme Court won't halt turnover of Trump's tax records. Yes, we're finally going to find out why the hell Trump didn't want us to know his taxes. To be honest, I'm looking forward to this. In a significant defeat for former President Trump, the Supreme Court said on Monday it declined to step in to halt the turnover of his tax records to a New York state prosecutor. The court's action in this apparent culmination of a lengthy legal battle had already reached the High Court once before. Trump's tax records are not supposed to become public as part of a prosecutor's criminal investigation. But the High Court's action is a blow to Trump because he has long fought on so many fronts to keep his tax records shielded from view. The ongoing investigation the records are part of could also become an issue for Trump in his life after the presidency. Trump has called it a fishing expedition and a continuation of a witch hunt, the greatest witch hunt in history. I don't know. Trump is the original birther. Do not forget that. Trump said that Obama wasn't born here. Right? He wanted to see it. Dude, you were president for 4 years. Why didn't you show it? Why didn't you do any of the things that you said you were going to do in 2012 when you first said you were thinking about running? When I supported you then. Oh, I supported Trump big time in 2012. I thought he should run against Obama. I thought it would have been really awesome. But he decided not to. He decided to wait 4 more years and run in 2016. But he was the one with all these things. And now he doesn't want to give up his tax records. I want to see him. There's obviously something in there that's worth showing. Coca-Cola facing backlash says be less white. Learning plan was about workplace inclusion. Coca-Cola is facing mounting backlash from conservatives online as responded to allegations of anti-white rhetoric after initial whistleblower leaked screenshots of diversity training materials that encourages staff to try to be less white. On Friday, Carlin, an activist who supports banning critical race theory, shares images from an internal whistleblower of the company's online racism training. The slides include tips to learners on how to be less white, less arrogant, less certain, less defensive, less ignorant, and more humble. In the U.S. and other Western nations, white people are socialized to feel that they are inherently superior because they are white. One of the slides read, research shows that by age 3 to 4, children understand that it is better to be white. You know what? I haven't drinking soda in a while. I will make sure I don't drink. I mean, that's just my thing. You do whatever you want to do. A Coca-Cola spokesman confirmed that the course is part of a learning plan to help build inclusive workplace, but also noted the video circulating on social media is from a publicly available LinkedIn learning series and is not a focus of our company's curriculum. On Better Together, Global Learning's curriculum is a part of a learning plan to help build an... Yeah. You should really not be super woke if your product pretty much is harmful to people anyway, like cigarette companies. You shouldn't be extra woke. I haven't heard of a cigarette company being extra woke, but if a cigarette company comes out and says, you know what, we don't want anything to do with Trump people or anything like that, you know, we're going to call these, you know, BLM cigarettes, and they're going to be black cigarettes because the white cigarettes are racist, and it's going to just be a black stick. And it's gonna have a big old BLM on it, right? Guess what? I'm never smoking that. Not because I'm a bad dude, just because why would you do? I would do that the same thing. Trump cigarettes. All right? Trump cigarette. I don't want a Trump cigarette. Can I just have a product? Can you leave the politics of this world out of your... Can you just sell me a razor, Gillette? Can you just sell me a fucking razor? Why don't you tell me how great your razor is? Tell me how sharp it stays. How many times can I shave my face with it? Instead of saying the best a man can be is misogynistic and all these other things. And we need to be better. How about stop preaching to me about what I'm doing? Look at yourself and what you're doing and just pitch me a damn razor. I am so tired of all these companies coming out and being super fucking woke. Disney slaps the Muppet Show with an offensive disclaimer. Yeah, it's offensive to me, too. The last Muppet movie I went to see was when my daughter was still a kid, and it was all about how the rich oil man was bad. He was just a horrible person. That was before Trump got elected. Disney added a disclaimer to the Muppet Show, warning viewers there could be offensive content due to its past depictions of various ethnicities. Oh. This program includes negative depictions and or mistreatment of peoples or cultures. The stereotypes were wrong then and are wrong now, the disclaimer said, according to The Hollywood Reporter. The company released 5 seasons of the show on its streaming service, Disney Plus, last week, and said that it wouldn't remove any of the original content so that people could learn from it. Well, why don't you also put out Song of the South unedited? But let's do that, Disney. Can we start a petition on it's not GoFundMe, it's change.org. Can we start a change.org petition to have them let's put up Song of the South. Song of the South on Disney Plus. I would pay at least 1 month subscription to watch that. I only drink coffee and more coffee. Luckily, we don't drink much soda, and when we do, it's usually Dr. Pepper or Mountain Dew. And that's bullshit. I was raised as a white kid. I never felt like I was superior to anyone. Most people are raised with the value that we're equal. Most people were, but that's not enough anymore. There are some good small bottlers like Joe's, IBC, and Treat. Forget the big companies. Exactly. Walter Davis is right there on the nail on the head. I don't drink soda very much anymore. It used to be all I did drink. I never drank water. I was like Broken Patriot, but with soda. Well, now that's changed, right? I don't drink soda very often. I do occasionally. Maybe I should look into some other companies. I usually don't like that because I need it to be diet because I don't like sugar mouth and I'm technically still diabetic-ish, I guess. However, maybe I enjoy a sugared one. Like one that's actually made with cane sugar and not the high fructose. You know what I mean? And just once in a while. I might do it. I might. Water, tea, coffee, monsters. Yeah. Okay, cool. So go check out The Muppet Show. It's totally racist. And that's it. Sweet. Only 5 minutes over schedule. It's not bad.
I think that's up at the store just because I don't think they're going to make any more of them, but it's a Mountain Dew watermelon.
Oh, there's some green in there. Mountain Dew watermelon, huh? Major melon. Oh, yeah. 270 calories. 270 calories in this one bottle. This is what? This is 20 ounces. You guys want to know a little bit more about Stinger? At my heaviest, I was 525 pounds. I was a big dude. I could not go from the living room to the bathroom without breathing hard. I couldn't clean myself after going to the bathroom. I had to have help. My arms would not reach around. That's how big I was. My back would hurt if I was standing for more than 5 minutes. And I got that it took me like 2 years to get that way. For most of my life growing up, I was under 300 pounds, but just when I was in high school, I had gotten to 275. And then from high school, which was 95 to, yeah, I forget. It was only a few years later. Only a few years later, after I got out of high school, that I ballooned up to 500 pounds. And it was all because I drank soda. I drank the sugared stuff, right? When I was a kid and I was living in my parents' house, or when I was in school doing that, I'd drink it on the weekends here and there, but I was limited. I couldn't just drink it all the time. When I was living on my own and there was nobody telling me what to do and what not to do, I got to do what I want. And what I wanted to do was drink soda. And I drank probably at least, I don't know, a 12 pack a day. Each can having like 180 calories. Add those up, that's a lot of calories. Not to mention the fact that I was also eating ramen noodles, because that's just easy and it's cheap. Oh, mistakes that I have made in the past. Can't do nothing about it now, but now I am under 300 again. I'm weighing in at about 285 pounds ish. Which, before I started this surgery, I was at like 360, 370. Something around there. I was getting close to 400 again. I was back on my way up. So it's almost 100 pounds since the surgery. Still got a little ways to go. Doctor says I should be under 200 pounds for my ideal weight. I'm like, fuck you. I'd be pretty happy at 220. You know what I mean? Pretty happy at 220. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for hanging out with me tonight. That was a lot of fun, and it got my mind off of things, so I do appreciate it. Let's see. RG, what's up, RG? I am doing well. How many servings in that bottle? At least 2. A serving in a regular can is 2. A 12-ounce can is 2 servings. No, it's 1 serving. It's 1 serving. So, yeah, there's at least 2. That's a 20-ounce bottle.
The bottle, the label said one bottle is 1 serving.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 1 serving.
They're supposed to be coming out with the Mountain Dew Major Melon Zero.
Dude, I love ramen noodles. Absolutely love them. I have different ways of making them. I get cravings for them even to this day. But you take a little chicken ramen, you drain it, right? So there's no liquid. Very little. There shouldn't be hardly any liquid. And you put a slab of butter on it. at least a quarter. Where do they measure out in the quarters when you do a slab of butter, Riddle? I don't remember. You do a quarter. You do a good amount of butter, and you mix that in, and then you mix in the flavoring. Oh, so good. Or if you want to have it like a canned pasta, like a Chef Boyardee or a SpaghettiOs, you instead you get the meat, the beef ramen, and then you add in a little bit of tomato sauce. Or what I usually would do, because I never really had tomato sauce, is I would put in a little bit of picante sauce, right? Taste picante sauce. And that way it was like a little spicy, but also a Chef Boyardee. I have all the bad foods that'll make you probably die. It definitely would have made me die. Yeah, Real Girl has a lot of them too. All right, guys, thank you very much for joining me here tonight. It really was nice to have you all here. Don't forget, we will be back again tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 8 p.m. East Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern. And until then, make sure to keep your family close, watch out for the government, and live free. Don't forget to check out the descriptions below if it is your first time. We have lots of great links down below, and we will see you later. Ramen doesn't have an expiration date, not food. I'm pretty sure it does have an expiration date, Broken Patriot, but I can't prove you wrong right now because I don't have any in the house. Because if I had any in the house, I'd have eaten it. But I'm curious now. And that was a great prep. That's why it was such a great food. It had absolutely no nourishment. I went to one of my first weight loss places, and they test to see, you know, how malnourished you are as a fat guy. I was severely malnourished because I wasn't eating good food. Good evening. I hope you all have a great day tomorrow. I hope you have a great day too, RG. Hope you do. But we got to get out of here. We got to get out of this place. It's the last thing we ever do. 2 servings in 1 pack of ramen, 190 calories per serving. Yep. Yes, Riddle. And I did the math on that. So I was drinking 24 sodas a day. I was eating 3 packets of ramen per meal 3 times a day. That was a lot of calories. A lot of calories. Anyway, I don't do that anymore. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.